Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the start of a brand new series that I'm going to be bringing to this channel called The History of the 24/7 Championship, Part 1. So, obviously, um, other YouTubers have been doing this series, and if you've ever watched, a YouTube series at all, where they'll talk about the history of a championship, where they'll go through the past winners and things like that. And I'll be kind of doing the same thing, except, it's going to be just me talking about the history because I don't have access to the photos or video footage like everybody else does because I'll get copyrighted. So I don't want to have that happen. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna at some random time um I'm just gonna kind of sit here and talk about the history of the 24/7 championship, and I'm doing it with the 24/7 championship because it's a little bit more of an unpredictable title. That's in the WWE because it could change hands at any point in time. So I figured why not start it. I've been thinking about doing this series every Sunday, but that's probably not going to end up being the case. I'll probably do it on Sundays, but it won't be every week. It will probably be every month, but it also depends too on how often it changes from time to time. So don't expect these videos to come out weekly or monthly. Just expect to get them when you get them, because I think this could be a way for maybe me to put the interest up for the 24/7 championship. So yeah, this will be also I think a different video series for me to do. So let's get it started. So how this will work is I'm not really going to critique anything until the end of the video. I'll actually say, the history of the championship, who's been the champion. I'll go over who the longest champion is, the youngest champion, things like that. Um, so yeah, let's start off by talking about it. I'm gonna do this too based on the Wikipedia page on the 24/7 championship because I need some of it for the way things out. So let's start off with the history. So uh, at Money in the Bank, it was announced that Mick Foley was going to be on Raw the next night to unveil a new title. And I will say for some of this I didn't see because it was when I was boycotting WWE because of Super Showdown. So I didn't really see like the early stages of the start of the 24/7 championship. Um, so yeah, it was announced that Mick Foley was unveiling a new championship, and we were kind of wondering why he was unveiling a new title, but he was. So Raw came, and he unveiled the 24/7 championship. And what this is it's a championship that has to be defended 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Um, and it's open to everybody on the roster pretty much. It's not open to because they have a brand split. It's open to anybody, but it's open to across all five brands of WWE, being Raw, SmackDown Live, 205 Live, NXT UK, and NXT, which is pretty exciting because then this championship can pop up anywhere. So he had and this all took place on May 20th, 2019. He had a variety of different wrestlers come out to the ring, and he dropped the title and said whoever can get to the ring first is the new champ. And grab the belt is the new champion. So the wrestlers that were out there were Titus O'Neil, Cedric Alexander, Drake Maverick, EC3, Eric Young, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Mojo Rawley, and No Way Jose. And Titus O'Neil grabbed the title first, so he became the inaugural 24/7 champion, and this took place, in Albany, New York. So yeah, but then immediately right afterwards, all in the same place, the same date, he was attacked by Robert Roode from behind on the stage, and he got rolled up, and Robert Roode became the new 24/7 champion. And throughout the night, Robert Roode was trying to escape the building. Um, so then, Truth hit him in his trunk, and various wrestlers didn't know where he was, so R-Truth tricked him. And then when Robert Roode went to go on the back of the car, he saw that there was a referee there because you have to have a referee present for this title to be defended. And then Truth bounced Robert Roode's head off a roof, and he pinned Robert Roode, and he became the new 24/7 champion, the first ever SmackDown superstar to hold the 24/7 championship. Um, and then a week went by, and this was all on March 28th, 2009 on SmackDown Live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And they were doing Shane McMahon Appreciation Night, and by the way, if you want me to go into detail what the title design is, I won't really do that. I'll just post a thumbnail of it on this video, and you'll kind of understand it. But they were doing Shane McMahon Appreciation Night. R-Truth came out, and Shane McMahon, Elias, and Drew McIntyre beat down R-Truth, and Drew McIntyre hit with the Claymore kick, and then since there was a referee present, Elias pinned R-Truth, and he became the 24/7 champion. Then later on in the night, after a tag team match between Roman Reigns and R-Truth versus Elias and Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns had hit a spear on Elias, and R-Truth pinned, and this was after the match, R-Truth pinned Elias, and he became the first ever two-time 24/7 champion. So yeah, this was all the same night. And then on June 2nd, 2019, at a golfing session, while R-Truth, was playing golf, he was attacked from behind by Jinder Mahal, and he was rolled up, and he became the new 24/7 champion. But then immediately afterwards, because of a distraction by Carmella, R-Truth rolled up Jinder Mahal, and he just regained the championship back, becoming the first ever three-time 24/7 champion. So that all happened on June 2nd, 2019. And then on SmackDown, June 4th, 2019, in Laredo, Texas, we had the first ever actual match for the 24/7 championship when R-Truth defended it against Elias in a lumberjack match, and Elias won the championship via a high knee, and he ended up becoming the new 24/7 champion, and he became a two-time 24/7 champion. But then afterwards, melee started to ensue. R-Truth and Elias fought under the ring, and R-Truth bounced Elias' head off a steel chair under the ring, pinned him, and he became the 24/7 champion, becoming the first ever four-time 24/7 champion. And then on June 6, 2019, while R-Truth was on the phone getting ready to go on a plane for Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia, Jinder Mahal attacked R-Truth from behind, rolled him up, and became the new 24/7 champion, making him a two-time 24/7 champion. And then, while later on, and this was on June 6, 2019, in Frankfurt, Germany. And then on the same day, on the flight, 39,000 feet above the Red Sea, while Jinder Mahal was sleeping, R-Truth came in, pinned Jinder Mahal, and won the 24/7 title, and then obviously went away from melee wrestler that won the title, and he became the first ever five-time 24/7 champion. And then, sorry, I'm just trying to, make sure I get this right. On June 18th, 2019, on SmackDown Live in Ontario, Canada, while R-Truth was running away from a melee of superstars trying to get his title, somebody disguised as Carmella, who we found out was Drake Maverick, attacked R-Truth, rolled him up, and won the title, making Drake Maverick the first ever 205 Live superstar to win the 24/7 championship, and then he got into a car and drove off. But then, on June 20th, 2019, at Drake Maverick's wedding, after he had been married and everything like that, Drake R-Truth popped up behind him, and rolled up Drake Maverick and won the 24/7 title championship, becoming the first ever six-time 24/7 champion, and he ended up running away from a melee of superstars. And then, on June 24th, 2019, on an episode of Monday Night Raw in Everett, Washington, Heath Slater and Mojo Rawley were supposed to have a match, and R-Truth, who earlier in the night was escaping from various superstars, was running away. Heath Slater took advantage of this and hit a reverse neckbreaker when R-Truth covered him and, won the 24/7 championship. So that was good for Heath Slater. But then, seconds later, as Heath Slater was trying to escape from a melee of superstars. Um, Truth hit the lie detector on him, pinned him, and became the first ever 7-time 24/7 champion. But then right afterwards, Cedric Alexander came in, hit a lumbar check on him, and won the 24/7 championship. And then, as Cedric Alexander was trying to escape from anybody, EC3 popped up behind him, hit the 1%er on him outside the ring, covered him, and became the new 24/7 champion. And then right after that, True, while EC3 was trying to escape, Carmella stood in his way, and Truth rolled up EC3 and won the 24/7 championship. You know, making him the first ever eight-time 24/7 champion. And then this past week on Raw on July 1st, 2019, which was in Dallas, Texas. Drake Maverick had tricked his wife, thinking that that they were going to go on their honeymoon, but actually went to Raw to win the 24/7 title. And while R-Truth was on it away from anybody, Drake Maverick saw his opportunity, hit R-Truth with a suitcase, covered him, and won the 24/7 championship, becoming a 2-time 24/7 champion. And that was pretty much that. And he's the most recent champion. So thus far, there has been 19 reigns of the 24/7 championship. And just so that way I don't get this wrong, want to make sure. So like I said, Titus O'Neil was the first one. Drake Maverick is the current one who's in the second reign. And there's been 19 reigns of the 24/7 title championship. R-Truth has the most at 8. And his fifth is the longest at 12 days. And only 2 wrestlers have held the title longer than a day, and that would be an R-Truth and Drake Maverick. Jinder Mahal has the shortest for his first reign, which lasted only 11 seconds. I'm reading this right off Wikipedia, so I don't get this wrong. The oldest champion is R-Truth at 47 years old, and Cedric Alexander is the youngest, winning the title at 29. And amongst the 3 brands, Raw has the most wrestlers winning the championship at 5, while SmackDown has had 3 and 205 Live has had 1. The 5 superstars on Raw that have won the 24/7 championship is Titus O'Neil, Robert Roode, Titus O'Neil, Robert Roode, Heath Slater, Cedric Alexander, and EC3, I believe. And then the 3 superstars on SmackDown are R-Truth, Elias, and Jinder Mahal. And the 1 superstar on 205 Live is Drake Maverick. And I forgot to mention, too, Mick Foley also said that Legends could go after this title, so that opens up the opportunities right there. And that's pretty much it for the history of the 24/7 championship with this video. And overall, I think this title has been a mixed bag so far. I hated it when it started. I thought it was pretty stupid. I hate to tell you the title design looks. It looks absolutely ugly. It looks like that they just completely threw it together last minute. But I hated the fact that the first champion, was established based on a race just because someone got to the title first. I thought that was pretty stupid. And then I also hated the fact, that the first champion only had the belt for probably 20 seconds, if that, and he didn't even get to establish the title. I kind of hate that it's a joke title. And I know that's kind of what the hardcore title got to be when it got the 24/7 championship, when it established that rule. But I think if you're gonna have a 24/7 title and you're gonna treat it this way, all your other belts should be treated with prestige, because largely they really aren't. The IC title is barely on television. The U.S. title up until recently was just thrown around. Both tag team belts, either on the shows or are just treated like jokes. The women's tag team titles, barely get on the shows, and I just think it's really stupid. The 2 world titles are pretty prestigious. The champions are both fairly strong, but I really wish they would just treat the title a little bit better. And I think it just kind of I think they should have really legitimized the belt. I wish it would get defended in an actual wrestling match, at least every week. and that they would actually go to NXT UK and NXT, but that's probably not going to happen. I still think that it was pretty stupid and dangerous of them to have all the superstars run around on the airplane because turbulence could have happened, and it could have been really bad. So I thought that was pretty stupid. And I'm surprised not a lot of people talking about it. I feel like not a lot of people are talking about it because it was while they were going to Saudi Arabia, and no one was watching Super Showdown anyway. So I think that's what was happening. But it has had some highlights. It's fairly well, like it's the most viewed segment on the show. A lot of people too get into it, like, and it's one of the few things that is consistent, because one thing I've complained about when it came to storylines is they lack consistency. But it seems like that the 24/7 championship is consistent each week, where it's you see storylines instantly progressing. But I think the biggest positives that have been from the 24/7 championship has been the feud going on between Truth and Drake Maverick. I think they've had some really entertaining stuff where you have Drake Maverick continuously trying to find Truth, and win that 24/7 championship with the Flyers. And then he disguised himself as Carmella, winning the title. They did the skit at the wedding, and then they had like this short little match on Raw. You had the funny segment where Drake Maverick cares about the 24/7 title more than his wife. He did the funny Instagram stories. So overall, I think R-Truth and Drake Maverick are really making this championship. So yeah, it's been a mixed bag. I'm slowly, I think, week to week being won over by this title, but I think there's things that they could have done better with this title, versus what they did. And I kind of wish occasionally here and there we could have the NXT UK and NXT superstars come up and challenge for the title. One thing I really don't like about this title is um, they're basically establishing that like nobody really like main event, or even unless you're just a jobber pretty much, wants this title, because you'll never see like somebody like Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Shane McMahon challenge for the title. It's only like the guys that are struggling to get TV time. So I kind of think that's stupid. Um, and I really wish they would give people a reason to want to be the champion, because basically if you are the champion, you're screwed because you got to consistently run and stuff. I wish they would put something on the line, like you could have a shot to become like a world champion at one of the big four pay-per-views or something like that. I think that's kind of stupid. But overall, I think it's been a mixed bag. More negatives than positives, but I think the positives um make it a mixed bag because of like Drake Maverick and R-Truth. Because I think without them, this title would be completely dead. So I think that's definitely good. But yeah, that was pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys thought of it. This was the first time I was doing this. I've been thinking about doing this for a few weeks. Um, so yeah, I did it now. I will warn you. Um, I had a little too much to drink last night, so that's why this video is coming off really sloppy. But I guess it is what it is. But that's pretty much the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell. So every time I upload a video, you guys get the notifications for it. And like I said, I'll try to do this, as often as I can. I'm not going to do it like every week, but it'll probably be every month, because I feel like, it just depends on how many title changes and such that there is with this championship. So I don't know when I'll be doing this video again, but I have a lot of videos planned this week. I know I've been kind of slacking with the content, but I'm going to do a lot of reviews and such, so make sure you guys tune into that. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later. And also subscribe to CM Brothers, and we'll talk on the YouTube channels too. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.